finally, Fit and Fluffy have come back to Heat Seekers Anonymous.
Really great one.
What? You know, everybody loves the People's Tag Team.
This is true. And we are back on Heat Seekers Anonymous.
Wait a minute. What's on your head?
Free hugs.
Free hugs.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me you're wearing a free hugs button?
Yeah, they're free.
That kind of makes me feel bad for you. That makes me want to give you a hug.
Really?
Yeah, but before I give you a hug, I have to know what your name is.
It's Alan.
It doesn't matter what your name is. I'm just kidding. Give me a... Get off of me and not giving you a hug. Does that bring a tear to your eye?
A little.
A little.
Don't we have something we should be doing?
We do have something we should be doing. Which matter of that, I received an email today.
Wait. Stop.
What?
You're forgetting something.
What am I forgetting?
You know what time it is.
You've got to be kidding me.
No.
You know what this means.
I did.
It means it's mail time. Mail time. Mail time. Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes us want to wag our tail. When it comes, we want to yell, mail! That's right, I received an email.
An email.
An email from an anonymous writer, which I can't say a name because that will defeat the purpose of Heat Seekers Anonymous.
This is true.
Okay, so the anonymous writer writes, and I'll tell you right after this break. Hey. That's enough, dude.
What?
The commercial's over. We're back on the air.
Okay.
So put the guitar down and let's get back to business.
Do I have to?
Of course.
But there's no strings.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Thank you. So, on to business. So we received the email and I'm going to read the email. Okay, first off, the anonymous writer wanted us to talk about how Tom Williams was on Facebook talking about how his posters were taken down and how it was so unprofessional for somebody to take his posters down. Well, the whole reason behind the email was that the anonymous person didn't see how it was right that Tom Williams could talk about somebody taking these posters down when Tom Williams put posters over this other promotion's poster. Just, that
kind of being hypocritical.
kind of being hypocritical. And ladies and gentlemen, here's the poster. Alright, you've seen it for yourself. That was an RWA poster hanging over an STW poster. I have no idea where this was at. This was sent to us and we were asked to show it to the viewers, and that's exactly what we did. Now, on to the actual email, what was said. And let me remind you, this is not Fit and Fluffy saying it. This is an actual anonymous writer asking Fit and Fluffy to say this out in the open. And that's what we're going to do. pretty much email reads, that Tom Williams has an ego that has outgrown his working and booking talent. You know, uh, Tom thinks that his shit does not stink, although his shit stinks like a Viper in Aaron Von main event. Tom thinks he's such a badass because he's on the HVW show. Tom has his nose so far up Viper's ass that if Viper would make an immediate left turn, that Tom would break his neck. Onto concerning the RWA locker room, excluding Gunner and Steven Walters, who are both top-notch in any company and in any level of the business. You couldn't take the rest of the roster, roll them in shit, and draw flies. Would you like to, do you have anything to say upon this email, or?
Well, I mean, there are some parts that I did agree with, and there are some parts that I do not agree with.
Okay.
First of all, both me and yourself have been booked on RWA shows.
Yes.
And I believe we draw more than flies.
I thought we drew a few people.
Quite a few, but anyways, I do agree with the being a hypocrite and putting up your poster on top of somebody else's poster when you've, gone and complained that you were, going to kick whoever's ass took your poster down. On the other hand, I do have to say that Tom is a phenomenal person. I think he is a great in-ring talent to be such a big man as yourself.
Thank you, sir.
And I believe he has some phenomenal talent to be a booker.
Oh, yeah.
That was seen at HVW when I'm going to go ahead and air out some news that may not have been known. When Viper, Tom, myself, and you were all part of a booking committee.
Oh, yeah.
I believe he had some phenomenal ideas, and we have used them.
Which, before we go any further, speaking of me and you being a part of a booking committee, I'm not going to mention names. The person actually knows that, they said it. Our names were brought up in a conversation when they shouldn't have been. A certain wrestler posted a video speaking his mind, which we're all, entitled to doing. We can speak what we want to speak,
Yeah,
we have that right.
Opinions are like assholes.
Exactly.
Everybody has one.
Thank you. Our names were thrown out there, and I don't think that our names should have been brought up when the person that brought them up doesn't know the whole situation. I left on a personal reason. I believe you left on a personal reason.
I did leave on personal reasons.
And the promoter of this certain show knows why we left. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to drop it. Do you have anything else to add?
Well, I don't have anything exact to add to it, but I do have a new segment for our show.
Okay, let's hear it.
We're gonna go on and call it Fitz Rant. Basically,
whoa! Why's it gotta be Fitz Rant? Why can't we have a fluffy rant? Why is it always gotta be fit and fluffy and not fluffy and fit and have a fluffy rant?
Because
that's just beside the point. Go ahead.
Anyways, Fitz Rant, I'm a big supporter of the Facebook, as are you. And basically what I'm doing is I'm going through Facebook and I see things that people have posted that I'm not in agreement with. I happened to see something today that upset me quite a bit, and here's my opinion on it. For any promoter that is bitching and complaining about pictures that were taken at their show being used by workers who were on that show, it doesn't make sense. basically, here it is. If you're a promoter and you pay a photographer to come in and take pictures of your show, you do not watermark or copyright any of those pictures. Once it hits a public forum, those pictures become public property and can be used by any and everyone as they please. Now, most photographers, when they take pictures, they will put a watermark on it.
Yeah.
And in this case, it becomes that the photographer has to be asked for permission to use those pictures, not the promoter who paid for the pictures to be taken.
Yeah.
Basically, what I'm saying is, if you pay for pictures and you are sent those pictures and you put those pictures on Facebook without putting a copyright or watermark on them, they become public property and can be used by anyone.
Okay, Mr. Fit Allen Brock, I read the exact same thing that you read, and I know that you said this is Fit's rant, but let me just put my opinion out there, if you don't mind.
Please go ahead.
Me being I've been wrestling for 9 years, I have never once been told that I could not use a picture. First off, I have wrestled for this company, in which we're not going to mention any names. I have wrestled for this company, and not once has this company paid me. And I bring that up because if a picture is taken of me, the great one,
right?
If a picture is taken of me, Dylan Dollar, and I'm not being paid to wrestle that show in the first place, I'm going to take that picture and I'm going to use it for my personal use. Second off, if the photographer doesn't come in the locker room and doesn't say, please, I ask of you, I do this for a living, do not take the pictures and use them for your personal use, or even ask me, may I take your picture? Do not book me on a show and expect pictures to be taken of me, and you do not plan on paying me, and then tell me I can't use the picture.
You seem a little angry.
Little angry? My blood pressure is high. I've had 17 gin and sprites today. What do you think? A little angry?
You seem that way. Maybe you should go have a hoagie and a Diet Coke.
Hey, let's get back to the show.
Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Oh, no, I'm perfectly good besides the point of this, which you decided to hit on Fitch Rant. Talking about pissing me off. Do you have anything else to add?
Well, I mean, besides the fact of being a ninja and supporting all types of ninjas in any shape or form, regardless of their ability, which, I mean, they're working on. I actually do. I have something else I want to speak on.
Well, let's talk about it, air it out there.
Well, I don't want to. You're going to have to stay tuned in for next time.
Thank you for watching.